Ever since humans began to live in communities, they've told stories. Storytelling was how we came to understand the world, how we entertained each other. Stories have been handed down, remembered, written in books. But we didn't just read and listen. Paintings and sculptures were our storytellers too. Huge crowds of people came to look at Washington crossing the Delaware before there was something like movies or television to watch. Now, we still see some of the same stories and characters and images that people have connected to ever since storytelling began. We call these enduring elements of stories archetypes. So what is an archetype? Let's look at the roots of the word. First, arch, or arc. An arch provides a bridge, or a connection. It connects point A and point B. An archetype spans across time, connecting us to stories and storytellers and listeners from the past. So we're seeing some of the same things now that have been in stories forever. The second part of the word is type. You know what a type is. Like, what's your favorite type of ice cream? Of dog? Dogs are a type of pet with fur or hair who like to drink out of the toilet and play fetch. So most dogs fit this pattern. Therefore, a type is a category or a version with characteristics that define that type. So let's put it all together, okay? Our definition of an archetype is a recurring pattern that we see over time in many works of art and literature and in culture. Do you need some examples? Okay. The hero is a type of character that we see in many, many stories. I'm sure you can name superheroes, normal guy heroes, girl heroes, real-life heroes, lots of heroes. Another type of character we often see helping the hero is the mentor or teacher. Obi-Wan Kenobi from Star Wars advised Luke Skywalker. And Mufasa, Simba's father, instructed his son in The Lion King. So the hero and the mentor are character archetypes. These character types are recurring patterns in many, many stories that we see over time. Now, those aren't the only character archetypes. There are so many more. There are tricksters, villains, more and more. There's another form of archetype, and that is the plot or storyline archetype. There's an ancient type of story called the rags to riches story. Remy the rat in Ratatouille goes from a lowly farmhouse pest to the gourmet chef of his own restaurant in his rags to riches story. Other story archetypes include the story of overcoming the monster. Each of these types of stories have the same characteristics that place them within that type. Medusa was a monster that was overcome. So was the dragon in Sleeping Beauty. Another archetype story is the return and journey, the journey and return. We've learned about character archetypes and plot archetypes. Now let's look at image or symbol archetypes. First, let's define a symbol. It's an actual object in the story that represents something else, usually an abstract, complicated idea. Like the Statue of Liberty is an actual statue that represents our freedom or welcoming to immigrants. Symbols can be found in many works of art, and they can have various meanings, but that doesn't make them archetype symbols. Let me show you an example. In Judeo-Christian traditions, the snake is a symbol of deceit or lying or evil. But in some cultures in Mexico and Africa, the snake is revered and respected and a sign of fertility. So, how do you know? For a symbol to be an archetype symbol, it will have universal meaning across many cultures and over time. Water is an archetypal symbol of rebirth. Fire can represent destruction. Ice can represent, like the desert, infertility. To review, an archetype is a recurring pattern that spans time in many works of art and literature across cultures. Archetypes can take the form of recurring types of characters, familiar stories or plots, and universal symbols or images.